This is a quiz game. You will see 5 images of animals. 1 target and 4 ops. Your mission, very simple. Just select the animal of the same species with the target animals. Very fun. Game for everybody. Right, so usually in this section I talk about either the music or the graphics, but I'm not going to do it this time. Instead I want to talk about the fact that this game might be stolen. Now, the main reason I think this is because the title on Steam and the title in the game are 2 different things. Because the game isn't actually called Guess Who, it's called Animal Quiz. Now this is about the weirdest thing I've ever seen in regards to Steam games. Because apart from the fact that Animal Quiz is a very bad name, which it is by the way, I don't know why anyone would change the name of the game. Now, a while ago I probably wouldn't have thought that this game was stolen, but considering we're now living in a time period where stolen video games appear to be normal, yeah, I have to think twice about what type of game this is now. Now, I tried looking for reviews to see if anyone else had this problem, but unfortunately the only review I could find was in Russian, so I put it into Google Translate and this is what came up. We buy and run. We receive all achiviki. Remove to the devil and never install. Profit. Yeah, couldn't have said it better myself. I just got one question. What does that even mean? What does this have to do with anything? Okay, so this game probably wasn't stolen, but it is very strange how the title of the game doesn't match with the title that's on Steam. But I did look to see what the other games that they have created were like. One of them, called Hentai 3018, has the exact same issue in the sense that the title on Steam doesn't actually match the title in the game. There's another called Bond Driver, which is just a very lazy port that doesn't actually work. And then there's Achievement Printer, which is pretty much what this game should have been called. Also, the last thing, this is made in Unity, which is just... yeah, it's great, because I've played 4 games in Unity on this channel and only one of them has actually been good. Okay, so there are 2 different modes in this game. The first one is called Play. It's just called Play. It's basically the standard mode. You've got one picture of an animal, you've got to guess the correct picture on the bottom 4, and that's basically it. Now, it would be an easy task if timing on it wasn't the exact same as the speed of light, causing you to think very quickly and oftentimes get it wrong. Now, Kid Mode has the exact opposite problem. It's basically meant for children, and by that I mean it's the exact same game, but the timing's different. Basically, you have enough time to go downstairs, get a cup of tea, go back upstairs, take a long nap, and still get the answer right. Okay, this is an exaggeration, but it's quite long. Even for kids, it's quite long. But the thing is, they could have just put in a settings option which would allow you to change the amount of time that you can have. But no, they couldn't have done that because that would require a little bit of effort, something not put into this game. Also, whilst on the subject of things that aren't in the game, there is no exit button. So you just sat there forever playing this poorly made and barely functional game. Another point of interest would be the achievements in this game. And by point of interest, I mean it's literally the only reason why anyone will actually play the game. It's not for the gameplay, God knows that. But it's because there's 96 achievements in this game, which starts at the point of which you open the game, and then they don't stop until you run out. I know why they did this. They did this because they want to appeal to people who only want to get achievements to get a higher Steam badge. And that's fair enough, but it's just a bit shady in my opinion. Okay, so this is where I talk about the gameplay, and surprisingly, it's bloody awful. But what do I mean by that? Well, when I said earlier you have to match up the 2 species in order to get to the next level, I was right, but there's a few anomalies with that. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, there's the fact that panda bears and polar bears are completely different animals, which they are, so I've got to say they did that right. But for some reason, grizzly bears and polar bears are considered the same animal. I don't know why. I don't know why they couldn't just Google another picture of a polar bear and put it in the grizzly bear's place. Maybe it's because they wanted this picture to be shown. I mean, if this picture isn't a meme, there's no justice in the world, but that's beside the point. Also, the sound effects. They're something else. Basically, the sound effect for the clownfish is just someone dropping their keys in a sink, and the sound effect for the fox is even more weirder, considering my house is opposite where a family of foxes have decided to stay. I can tell you, this isn't actually what foxes sound like. But it doesn't matter because you'll start to find yourself muting both the sound effects and the music. For completely different reasons. The music will make you want to kill yourself within 10 minutes of playing the game. And the sound effects, well, if you keep them on, your family's going to start thinking you're trying to run a zoo in your room, and that's not true at all. I'm trying to do something much worse. I'm trying to make an awful YouTube video. Okay, so overall, the game is poorly made, poorly designed, possibly stolen, doesn't have very good sound effects, it doesn't have very good music. The graphics are fine, although they're just images taken from Google, but all in all, the game is fine. It just pisses me off how much the game is focused on achievement hunting instead of actual gameplay. And by achievement hunting, I mean loading up the game, coming back 3 minutes later and having all 96 achievements. But that's about it. Now, this game for me ranks between Trivia Vault and Bomber Un. I don't think it's as bad as Bomber Un. It's worse than Trivia Vault though, because Trivia Vault had some effort put into it, albeit effort that was made 2 years ago. But this game really couldn't be asked. It couldn't be asked to make an exit button, never mind a functional game.